So Amazon has announced a bunch of new devices, and to talk about all of those, I have with me Eric from Amazon. Eric, first of all, I want to touch upon Alexa, right? So Alexa was the pioneer of voice assistants. It has come a long way since then, but in the last couple of years, you've seen a lot of competition with AI coming up. So there are so many new options and alternatives in the market. So how do you see Alexa evolve from here?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for having me and coming to the event here today. Super exciting day for Amazon. So listen, we think Alexa sort of stands on its own, really. Yes, we were the first assistant, certainly the first assistant that had impact for customers in their homes.
Alexa, how old are you?
I just turned 10. Here's to a decade together.
And when I take a look at what we've developed, and we have more than 600 million Alexa-enabled devices out there in the globe, helping customers, really having an impact on their lives. I think it's great. We stay focused on customers. We stay focused on inventing for customers. Alexa and Alexa Plus is a big part of that. And so I'm really pleased, and I certainly very excited because the feedback we get from our Indian customers about these experiences is just amazing. So.
Now with, of course, Alexa Plus being extended to a lot more devices like the Echo Dot, Echo Show. Now, how do you see some of these devices becoming the center hub for innovation for users as to how they use and experience their devices?
It's a great question. Listen, I think Alexa Plus can, in fact, it's the AI at the center of all these experiences. We're really looking to make AI that is truly useful for customers, AI that can have an impact on their lives, AI that's sort of there when you need it, but never in the way. That's our objective, that's our goal. And we think a big part of that is having this sort of thread across all of our devices, whether it be smart speakers or smart displays or Kindles or certainly Fire TV. Alexa is there to kind of make everybody's lives a little bit easier, a little bit safer, a little bit more fun.
Now, it's interesting that you brought up Kindle because that's something that had my attention during today's keynote, because what you're trying to do with Kindle is kind of interesting now that along with being an e-reader, it's sort of now filling in a gap with the iPad, a little bit of remarkable tablet element to it. So, just more about that.
Yeah, no, certainly. Our original vision for Kindle was that customers could get lost in the author's word. And now with Kindle Scribe and Kindle Scribe Colorsoft, the idea is customers can get lost in their thoughts. That the device sort of fades away and they just, are either reading or writing or journaling or putting things in a notebook or even sketching. You saw some of the beautiful sketches that are possible on the Kindle Scribe Colorsoft. And so that's our vision, that's our goal, is that, the device sort of just fades away. We've often said that our goal is a very tough one. It's like we are trying to improve upon the physical book, and in some cases, a physical sheet of paper for, or a notebook. And I think we've done a pretty good job in some sense. I think the customers are going to be really excited to get their hands on these new Kindle devices.
But should we also see it as like the first step towards making Kindle more than a reading device with so much of AI into content creation these days?
Well, I think we certainly see an opportunity to make, with Kindle Scribe, is to make customers' lives more productive. We have this feature that we talked about today earlier that allows you to not only take notes in many different notebooks, but then to search across those notes. And so imagine, like if you're like me, I have ideas that are in many different places, and to use just natural language, in text to say, hey, tell me about this particular topic, and to aggregate all that together is really powerful. And so I think customers are going to love it. The other feature that we announced today is using AI in Kindle, which is the idea of remind me where I left off.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but sometimes I'll read multiple different books at once.
Yeah.
And the idea that you can, and especially when I'm on holiday and I put the book down for a few weeks, and I come back and I'm like, wait a minute, who is that character? Where is it? And this idea that it's sort of like just giving me hints of where I left off, I think is going to be great for customers.
Yeah, absolutely. But another question that I have in mind is that for a market like India, where people prefer to do so much just on their smartphones, and now there are so many capabilities, so many options possible on smartphones, how do you plan to keep a device like Kindle more and more relevant and accessible?
Well, so I think it's great. If you think about it, what you said is right, is that everybody is on their mobile all the time. But if you think about that experience on the mobile, it's like you're getting texts, you're getting emails, you're watching, you're on your social media, you're watching videos. All of that is, frankly, kind of a distraction. And if you're me, you jump from one to the other, to the next, to the next. It's not a great environment for reading, and it's certainly not a great environment to take your thoughts down. And this is where Kindle excels. Kindle is a device that's purpose-built for reading or for note-taking or for, basically adding things in a journal or sketching. And it's the fact that you're able to sort of just find yourself lost in that moment is what Kindle is all about. And I think that customers will definitely find a need for not just their mobile, but this other device that is a little bit of an escape from all of that chaos.
With Echo Studio, of course, now you have taken another direction where you're saying that a speaker just need not be smart, but also loud. So like, is it something that we should see as an approach change, or in future should we expect more similar devices which are like louder, bigger in size?
Well, listen, it's not just louder, it's just the brilliance of the sound
yes.
and the smarter. I mean, these devices that we announced today, the Echo Dot Max, does sound, and we just re-architected the audio from the ground up. It now has a tweeter, it's got a dedicated woofer, which is great. It's 3 times as much bass as the previous Echo Dot. We think customers are gonna love it. It sounds, if you haven't had a chance, please go listen to it. It sounds amazing. But it's also smarter, and that's basically at the core of it is our new custom silicon AZ3 processor in the Echo Dot Max and AZ3 Pro, which is in the Echo Studio. And here's what's great about the Echo Studio. We also re-architected the Echo Studio. One of the things we realized, while the old studio just absolutely sounds amazing, the truth is it took up a lot of room in customers' homes. We went back and said, we can do better. This new Echo Studio has this 40% smaller footprint, and it just sounds amazing. So again, that new design makes it sound, in my mind, comparable to the previous studio, maybe even better. And certainly the fact that you can put multiple studios in your home means that I think it's a great opportunity for customers to upgrade their home theater.
Definitely looking forward to checking out some of these experiences, which brings me to my last question. When do we expect some of these devices in India?
Listen, everything that we announced today, we look to get everywhere across the globe, including to our customers in India. They tell me all the time, I get messages from customers, when are we getting these devices? And trust me, I take that to heart. So we're working hard. No news today on the exact dates, but I promise we're going to get them there as soon as we can.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Eric.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, and all the best. Yeah.